thing. Put some hearts in the chat when you hear me. Put some hearts in the comments. Let's see if you can hear me over this fan. See if you can hear me over this fan. I'm getting ready to get in the chat and see. Oh, I got my earbuds on. Hold on, I gotta take those off. Okay, let's see if I was able to do that while the stream was going. Okay, I hear the fan. Okay, I hear myself now. I don't know exactly how it sounds with my earbuds on, but I do recall uh, attempting a live stream with my earbuds on, and the sound was lower. So, okay, so took those off. Put some hearts in the chat when you lay back in the chat. All right, so kind of taking a bit of a breather from my reading and my watching. Hi, how are you? Tina Ballet here with my captain's blog. Um, so I started reading 4 past midnight. So my goal, my reason for reading this book is to read Secret Window. I started to watch Secret Window with Johnny Depp. I had seen it before, but this time seeing it, I saw some new things that I didn't understand from the previous watch. I think I even went to the movies and saw this. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. I didn't get it. I didn't see the beginning. So this time I was able to see the beginning, and I because I did see the movie previously, I do know like what's up. So I'm not all the way in the dark with it, so I do know what's up. So, but yeah, I was able to see the beginning, and from that gives me a clearer understanding and a new perspective of what's going on with the characters, and so I stopped it. I had started to watch it and then I stopped it. And so I stopped it to watch, to read the movie, to read the book, because I previously began to read book movie adaptations, starting last month. Uh, what do you call that? Intentionally. So that's why I'm reading this book. So I looked up Secret Window, and it pulled. I found this 4 minutes past midnight. It's a book with 4 books in it. Four, yeah, I said it right. 4 books in it. I did not. No, I thought the stories were shorter than this. Like I thought they were short stories, but I guess it depends on who you talking to. What is a short story? I guess from people who make bigger books, this would be a short story. Um, but yeah, the story was longer than I thought. So yeah, it's a book. It's a book one, two, three, four, all in one, all in one book. And so the first, so I read the first book. I stopped it, okay, and I looked up the movie to the book, or I looked up the movie. Well, I looked up the book, and then I was scrolling. You know how you do your search. You look through, and I saw the movie. Like I it was in the search, so I clicked on it, watched it. Oh, now this is the breather from that. The movie was dang near spot on. Like I don't. It's hard to detect what wasn't from what was. If there was anything, well, I thought I think his name was Tilly, Mr. Tilly, the one who knew the legend, or the fairy tale. I don't know, like of the lang Langalangs, the Langoliers. I thought he was like more in the grass, like more in the field in the book. But in the movie, he was on the concrete, close to the plane. But yeah, in the book, it seemed more like he was in the grassy field by the concrete where the plane was. Like he might have needed to go out somewhere. I don't know why he didn't go out in the grass. I don't know. Maybe they weren't in an actual place with grass. But it did remind me of like the movie itself reminded me of like how I used to play imagination, like when I and just coming up with something uh, really on the spot when I was playing imagination with my friends, and really just reacting to what we made up on the spot when we were playing imagination, and that's what it reminded me of, as far as the flow and the creativity of what was going on. So I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, oh wow, this is like me playing imagineering. So when I like the movie, because in the book I was a bit confused a little bit as to what where things were going on, and in the movie it showed where things were going on. So I don't know, like, so that was cool that the movie cleared things up, and the dialogue is verbatim uh, with the book and the movie. It was verbatim, so it was like a play with the dialogue. Everyone delivered the lines that were in the book. Um, so that was cool to see. that, uh, and it reminded me of Bird Box. Um, when everybody talks, well, everybody that sees what's going on, when it's going on, they're like, "It's so beautiful." So in that sense, it's like it's similar to Bird Box because when the people see what they see in Bird Box, they're like, "It's so beautiful." So I'm like, "Oh, uh-huh." So okay, that's similar to Bird Box there. And before I saw the actual, okay, so the movie, I was like, okay, so so in the description of the book, I didn't know what they were gonna do. Like I didn't know if they were gonna actually show the description in the book because in the okay, excuse me, let me calm down. In the in the book, there's description of what's going on. Okay, so when it came to the movie, it I almost thought that the movie wasn't going to be able to pull off what was being described as to what was happening. So when it finally showed what was happening, I was like, okay, y'all actually went there. You had to do, the computer digitized, but that's okay. I don't mind it. But it was a part in there that it kind of made me go bleh because I don't know because of the change in the visuals. So, but yeah, it was being able to be shown, and it didn't seem like a play, and they were playing off of the changing of the skies, the sunsets, the clouds, and I've done that too, as far as playing and imagination and creating stories and narratives with with the rolling in of clouds and sunsets and what could be happening and things like that. So it seemed like a play like that with the characters and also creativity with imagination and coming up with a story with during those time changes. So that's cool. Also, before uh, the the digital creatures showed up, um, I was the way they were described. They seemed like they were critters, um, which they still kind of. I mean, they were similar to critters. They were similar. They weren't the same, but they were similar to critters because that was the description of them: balls of hair and teeth, and that's what a critter is. And a critter, and the critter has feet too, but they don't necessarily use their feet to run. But that's what was told as far as the story goes. But no, they weren't using their feet. They were gone, boy. They were okay. So critters would have been closer to the description more so than what we got in the movie. However, what we did get in the movie to depict that description was all right. It was all right with what was going on. Their teeth matched with what was going on. I'm like, whoa, okay, yay, yay. So It was cool. The book is cool. The movie's cool. The movie coincides with the book for the most part. The majority of it. Uh, 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 yeah, I read like a certain part of it like a few times because I was telling you like it was confusing to me. But watching the movie cleared it up as to where and what was going on, who was saying what characters and things like that. So that was cool that the movie did clear clarified a bit of fogginess for me as far as my understanding. Uh, yeah. Oh, and also I did just see um, someone react to White Chicks, the movie, and the chief that's in White Chicks. They said that they had never seen him in any other role other than being the chief of police. And he is in this movie, uh, I think that I just watched, and he is not playing that same type of character. I was trying to think what he said he did. Um, he did say what he was. Oh yeah, his character. He had just became a grandfather, and he was going to visit his first grandchild. That's what he said. But as far as like career wise, I'm not recalling that at the moment. But yeah, he is in this movie. The movie is called uh, La- Langoliers. Langoliers. I think that's what it's called because I looked it up as four past midnight, and then I just scrolled down past the book reviews. Let's see. See if I can go to my. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, the Langoliers, 1995. Langliers. So that was the first story of the book. So the book is formatted like what did it say? I think this one is 1 minute past midnight. So each book is considered a minute past midnight. So the next story, the next book coming up is Secret Window, and that's titled Two Past Midnight, and it's Secret Window, Secret Garden. Whew. So, hip hip hooray! I was able to complete my first Stephen King book. I was able to complete my first Stephen King book. Yay! Okay, I'm considering that a book because the book considers it a book. Okay. Hey, if it was a story, I would say a story, but the book itself is comprised as a book, book one. So I have successfully read one of Stephen King's books. I am on my way to reading my second Stephen King book, which would be the Secret Window, Secret Garden, and then go from there. Book three, book four, and then the whole thing is one big book. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I mentioned before, these titles seem subdued, so they do seem like I'll be able to complete them all. Uh, the titles and descriptions, and yeah, enjoyed that. I enjoyed the book, the book and movie adaptation of it all. I have calmed down. I was like, wow, like, oh, like, wow. And the movie with the one with the pilot character in the book, he in the book he sounds. Let's see. Okay, in the movie, he's the pilot character seems to have a different tone than what he does in the book. He he says the same things, he does the same things, but it seems like he has a different tone. Um, to the point where if you didn't read the book, you wouldn't know what he did because he doesn't say it in the movie. He says it in the book. It's said in the book, but in the movie he doesn't say what he did. Also, so yeah, so if you're watching the movie and you're looking at him, you think he's a all right guy. You think he's cool, smooth like butter. Like this dude is nice. This dude is kind. Um, when you read the book, though, you get a different picture, and you see what had happened. You see what happened. You see his story. But in the movie, you don't see his story. Uh, you don't even see what he went through. You don't get to see his nightmare. He has a bit of a nightmare in the book, and that isn't depicted in the movie. Uh, yeah, you don't see that. That part isn't in the movie. That part isn't in the movie. He doesn't verbalize what he did in the past. So yeah, that whole thing was out is out is out. So I'm like, hmm, depicting you in a better light, perhaps in the movie. In the movie, that's how it looks. So yeah, books be telling it, boy. Books are tell the story. Um, let me think. Is there anything? So yeah, that was a part of the book. That was part. Yeah. Hmm. Everything else was in the movie. I'm trying to think. I think the part where the part where the chief from the chief of police from White Chicks, the boss of Sean and Marlon and Sean, him. I think his part was changed from the book. I think because in the book it mentions him sleeping, but I was thinking that could have been a metaphor. So that I think that was different. I think because, like I said, in the book, it was I got a bit confused in the book, just a wee bit, just a wee bit. Like there was a certain part that I kept trying to reread and reread. I'm like, what? I think that might have been different. Maybe not. Maybe not though. Maybe that was the same. Yeah, that was one of the parts that was a bit confusing when I was reading it. Just a bit. But I think that's the same. I think that wound up being the same. It was all the same for the most part, except for the pilot's inner dialogue. That the pilot's inner dialogue wasn't in the movie that I saw, but that's all right. I'm liking the book so far. Um, I'll be reading the book before I watch the movies. That's how it's going so far. Um, that's what I'm liking. So, Secret Window, it's already started with You Stole My Story. It's already starting off like that. So I was like, okay, let me stop. Let me catch my breath before I go into before I continue into the secret garden. You stole my story. And yeah, like I said, I've already seen the movie, but I haven't read the book yet. So I'll be reading the book. You know what? I'm liking the hearts, but I'm thinking I'm gonna say put some books in the chat. Okay, we're gonna put some books in the chat. We're gonna put some book love in the chat. Let's see. I am working on some. I'm brewing up. I'm brewing it up. I'm brewing up some book merch. I'm brewing it up. Where's the stack of books? Look on. Put the stack of books in the chat. Uh oh, hold on. Put the stack in the chat. Let's see. I can put this. Okay, we got the stack of books in the chat. Yes, put the stack of books in the chat. 'Cause that's how we doing. That's how we rolling with the stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks. All right. And I got the books brewing, the book merch coming up, brewing, brewing, brewing. It's brewing, you know. So that's coming. That's about to come on up to the surface. You know, the seed has been planted with the book merch. The seed done been planted. You can let me know what books you would like to read if you hadn't started reading already. You know, I mean, that's how I started. I started with books that I would like to read, and I have I I actually have some more books that I would like to read, like that, and it don't stop. Okay. uh, I put a real big dent in my bookshelf chronicles to the point where I have branched off to picking up a book when I want to read it and read it right then. I'm enjoying that and enjoying these book movie adaptations. Right now, I'm enjoying a strawberry banana protein drink. Yeah, it's all mixed up together. Um, yeah, let me know. Let me know what y'all doing. What you doing? How you ending? How are you enjoying your fa la 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 month? I'm enjoying my fa la 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 month with all these books and book clubs and uh, book merches of brewing. Let me know how you are enjoying the season. What are you creating? Checking off your list. Checking it twice. Mm, 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 mm. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I had to catch my breath after reading that book and watching that movie. After watching that movie, um, I have settled down a piece, ready for the next one. I think that's what I'll do is I'll read the book, then watch the movie, and if that's how it continues to go, if that's how it continues to go, then that's what I'll do. Um, As far as my goal goes, I did reset my book challenge goal to 75. Uh, so I need to read about 10 books this month to reach that. And this 4 past midnight, it's only gonna count for one book because I put it because it's four books in one, so it's technically one book, but it's technically four books. But yeah, it's gonna count as one book, so I'm gonna need to read some more books. I'm gonna get to read some more books. I don't know where I'm at. Um, I think I'm on 63. If this book counted as an individual, then it would be 64. Or maybe I'm on 65. I don't know. Or maybe I'm on 68. Anyways, I got some more books to read. Get to unwrap these gifts from these authors giving us these gifts of books. Thumbs up, subscribe if you like that sort of thing. This is really a vlog that you can interact with.